eSIM Studios YouTube and mobile app. The eSIM Studios YouTube channel offers the very best technology news and reviews with in-depth coverage found nowhere else. Hosted by founder and creator, Taylor Bell. He's a really good dude, college educated, and worked inside the industry. He knows what he is talking about. The eSIM Studios mobile app is an experience unlike any other tech app, with an easy-to-use interface view, late-breaking tech news from all over the industry, and so much more. The samstudios.app also includes the unlocker. Learn to unlock phones from the professionals for free. The clean and intuitive layout, finding breaking news articles and deals in tech has never been easier. Watch and listen to the eSIM Studios YouTube channel and podcast from within the app. Additional features include easy Gcam download and installation, the Android Flash tool, and sign up for our weekly giveaway drawing. Download the eSIM Studios mobile app at simstudios.app and find us on YouTube by simply searching eSIM Studios. eSIM Studios YouTube.
Yeah.
I just need my space right now.
Fresh off the G5 jet, I'm on my way to a brand new kit.
Welcome back, eSIM Studios podcast, live stream episode 116. Yes, the one and only, let me repeat that, the one and only eSIM Studios podcast, live stream episode number 116 on the day. We do have some important news today, right? We got, we have two new phones that were leaked, and one coming back from the dead, and one highly anticipated. And then we have some Android 14 beta news. So let me get some music going on in here in the background. I chose one the other day, and I got a strike. So give me a second. I got to find the right one. But I do want to thank everybody for joining us today. Yeah, I think this is good. I got notified that our podcast, it continues to trend. We are up to number 13 on tech podcasts from FeedSpot. If you're unfamiliar with FeedSpot, it's where you can go to if you want to create your own little feed of podcasts. It's there for you, right? Now, they collect all the RSS feeds, meaning all the plays. So I have one RSS feed. If you're a podcaster, you know what I'm talking about. If not, it's basically this feed, this podcast that I'm doing here. I download it and I upload it to my RSS feed. That RSS feed gets distributed between Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, iHeartRadio Music app, anywhere you can get your podcast. And then they collect views, plays, downloads from all across the board, all across the world. We're up to number 13. Pretty shocking, but let me show you what I'm talking about. So if you go to FeedSpot's website, the top 70 tech podcasts, right? Check this out. Pretty cool. So you have real name brands here: Android Central, Pocket Now, GSM Arena. I've used them for years. Love the GSM Arena. And then check this out. You keep on scrolling a little farther, not too far behind Apple. Hey, what do you know about that? Check this out. Number 12, number 13, eSIM Studios. What do you know? Top 70, we're number 13. So we continue to climb, and that's thank you to you, the viewers. I really appreciate it. This platform, the way we conduct the podcast, it's a live stream. I love watching live streams on YouTube, and not many live streams are available on YouTube. So that's one area that we have one head up against. Beg your pardon, I have an emergency phone call. Hang on a second.
eSIM Studios YouTube and mobile app. The EMSU Studios YouTube channel offers the very best technology news and reviews with in-depth coverage found nowhere else. Hosted by founder and creator, Taylor Bell. He's a really good dude, college educated, and worked inside the industry. He knows what he is talking about. The eSIM Studios mobile app is an experience unlike any other tech app, with an easy-to-use interface view, late-breaking tech news from all over the industry, and so much more. The samstudios.app also includes the unlocker. Learn to unlock phones from the professionals for free. The clean and intuitive layout, finding breaking news articles and deals in tech has never been easier. Watch and listen to the eSIM Studios YouTube channel and podcast from within the app. Additional features include easy Gcam download and installation, the Android Flash tool, and sign up for our weekly giveaway drawing. Download the eSIM Studios mobile app at simstudios.app and find us on YouTube by simply searching eSIM Studios. eSIM Studios YouTube and mobile app. The EMSU Studios YouTube channel offers the very best technology news and reviews with in-depth coverage found nowhere else. Hosted by founder and creator, Taylor Bell. He's a really good dude, college educated, and worked inside the industry. He knows what he is talking about. The eSIM Studios mobile app is an experience unlike any other tech app, with an easy-to-use interface view, late-breaking tech news from all over the industry, and so much more. The samstudios.app also includes the unlocker. Learn to unlock phones from the professionals for free. The clean and intuitive layout, finding breaking news articles and deals in tech has never been easier. Watch and listen to the eSIM Studios YouTube channel and podcast from within the app. Additional features include easy Gcam download and installation, the Android Flash tool, and sign up for our weekly giveaway drawing. Download the eSIM Studios mobile app at simstudios.app and find us on YouTube by simply searching eSIM Studios. eSIM Studios YouTube and mobile app. The EMSU Studios YouTube channel offers the very best technology news and reviews with in-depth coverage found nowhere else. Hosted by founder and creator, Taylor Bell. He's a really good dude, college educated, and worked inside the industry. He knows what he is talking about. The eSIM Studios mobile app is an experience unlike any other tech app, with an easy-to-use interface view, late-breaking tech news from all over the industry, and so much more. The samstudios.app also includes the unlocker. Learn to unlock phones from the professionals for free. The clean and intuitive layout.
Wow. Never fails. I'm left alone for a large, or my phone is quiet for a large majority of the day. And then what do you know? As soon as I hit live, boom. I gotta take off here in a few minutes, but let's jump into the news real quick so I can get this episode in. I beg your pardon. I apologize about that, but let's go ahead and get into it, right? Let me pick a good track here. Jesus Christ. Hang on. It's been one of those days. Daniel, I'm gonna email you your $25 gift card. You did win another one on Friday. I've been so busy. I will do that when I end this. Before I get up out of this chair, I'm gonna send you your e-gift card. I already have your email. I'm gonna send it to you. So when this is done, expect a Amazon e-gift card headed your way. For those of y'all that are watching, like, what is he talking about? Daniel over here, lucky one of our best viewers of the channel, has won multiple gifts, and you could be in his seat, right? He's won a CMF smartwatch. He's won multiple e-gift cards, among, I think, other things. So everybody watching, I want y'all to go do this. Go to eSIMstudios.app. Here's eSIMstudios.app, right? Go up to the menu button up here. Scroll down. Now, hang on. Go to giveaway. There's supposed to be an icon there. I don't know why this app. Now, look, it ended, and I'm going to revamp it. I'm going to gear it back up for every Friday we have a drawing, whether it's an Amazon gift card, whether it's a phone case, whether it's a Wi-Fi router, number of things, number of items. Go there, sign up, eSIMstudios.app, sign up for the giveaway. Every Friday we have a drawing. I'm going to post a new item that you can win here this afternoon. So I'll send Daniel his winnings and post a new giveaway, right? Okay, so let's get into it, right? Check this out. For all of y'all that are interested, I've been very interested in this upcoming phone. I'm going to try to get my hands on one. It's dirt cheap. When you talk about phones, right? Dirt cheap. And it has a lot of the same specs that this phone does. Almost identical. Man, today's been a mess. Almost identical specs as this. Pair of 50 megapixel cameras on the back. Plastic. It's got a 1080p plus screen. OLED display. Is it LTPO? I know it's 120 hertz refresh rate. Got the same front selfie camera. 6.7 inch display. Almost identical specs as this, and it's only going to cost, I think, $240. Now, it does look a little awkward, but it does look cool. So we've been hearing that CMF, the maker of the smartwatch Daniel one, is a sub brand of Nothing, right? So Nothing makes these wonderful, cool looking phones. Owner Carl Pei, who came from OnePlus, co-founded OnePlus, and split away from OnePlus when they were purchased by Oppo, and then started the Nothing brand about 3 years ago. And then about a year ago, this time last year, started CMF. So Nothing is a less expensive smartphone brand. They also make earbuds, but they're making a lesser expensive cell phones and earbuds with the CMF branding. They've sent me a couple of their items. Really cool. Very inexpensive. So they've been developing this phone. We've known for about probably 3 or 4 months now, and slowly got leaks here, slowly got leaks there. Nothing solid, nothing rock solid until today. So take a look at this. So this is their phone, right? Interesting phone. Now this is their logo. So you'll see this on all of the CMF products. It has a dial down here, and I'm going to show you a video that they leaked out as well that will give you some insight as to what this dial is down here on the bottom right. And then also a little screw, I'm assuming. Look, I think the best guess, nobody knows exactly what it's for. I think the very best guess is that it's going to have a removable back. I believe you're going to be able to take, it's plastic. I believe you're going to be able to take that plastic off and basically put in another battery, right? Which is cool, because essentially you could buy 3 or 4 batteries and never run out of battery life without, obviously, without charging. I mean, right? One dies, you stick another one in. So this is what it looks like. Pretty cool, right? So let's look at the video they leaked and see what it looks like. Let me turn this volume down. So here's the this teases and suggests the phone will feature a rotary dial and an exposed screw on the back, which we just discussed. This is going to be called CMF Phone 1, taking the name similar to the Nothing brand. Phone 1, Phone 2, Phone 2A, right? I'm assuming CMF's going to do the same naming. But look at this video. If you want more information on this, I did write all this down earlier. I do my own publications here. You can certainly check out at eSIMstudios.app. Now they're going to have a base model 6 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabytes of storage. I'm assuming you can bump that up. They're going to have expandable RAM, so you should have over 8 gigabytes of RAM. And let's hope, fingers crossed, they put out a 256 gig model, right? No glyph LEDs, which is interesting. I thought they might do that, but it's such a cheap phone. I mean, the margins on this, the profit margins have to be razor freaking thin if you're selling a smartphone for $240. Now, if you're in the United States, there's been no word if they're officially going to launch it in the US. However, even if they don't, it's not a bummer because they officially did not release this in the US, but you can still buy it in the US. You can buy this phone on Nothing's website for $349. I'm thinking they might, depending on how much fanfare, depending on how much we all talk about it, and depending on how much a buzz we generate here in the United States over this phone, may depend on whether or not they launch it here in the United States, right? So they might have a developer option, a developer program we can purchase it through. Even if they don't, you can probably still get your hands on one through eBay. I'm sure they're going to sell these in India, and there will be sellers on eBay. You can definitely pick one up now. It's not going to be as cheap as $240. I'm probably going to add another $60 on there, so probably looking at about $300 for this phone here in the US. If you purchase this on eBay, eBay is probably going to be your best bet. Once this gets released, stick with me because I'm going to do a search and see where the best and cheapest option is if you're interested in purchasing this device, because I certainly am. And you can join right along with me in locating this device at the very best price, right? So let's look at this video and let's show you what this dial is all about. Ready? That was it. Let me see if can I expand this? Let's watch this again. Not much there, but at least you get to see what the dial is for. Maybe it's for when you remove that back as well as that screw. Maybe it's for some other functions that you can program into the phone. We just don't know as of right now. Is there a release date? Did I put this on here? I think it's going to be released this month. So here in the next week or two, we should be able to know if this is going to be for sale. It says it's here in India, so it'll definitely be for sale in India. Don't know if it's for sale in the United States, but as I mentioned, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss us locating where the best place to securely purchase this device. You don't want to buy it from some rando on the internet or on OfferUp or something. You want to purchase it from a place where you can at least get your money back, right? If you don't like it. But There is more news on eSIMstudios.app for that specific device. Now, look at this. Here's the new HTC phone. What do you know? The all-new HTC U24 Pro. HTC basically came up out of the dead. I thought they were done with smartphones. I used to love, Daniel, you had the HTC phone, right? I think you mentioned that. I used to have a ton of HTC phones back in the day when Sprint carried a bunch of them. I had the very first 4G LTE smartphone in the United States. Sold, you had a few. Sold, what was it? The HTC Thunderbolt. It was sold through AT&T. Thunderbolt. It was the very first 4G LTE. I used to love HTC because they had that metal back, that brushed aluminum. Man, that was nice. They even had a Google edition. Do you remember that? Man, you know what would be badass? Is if Google, I know they're never going to do it, but if Google came out with a Google edition, basically having Pixel software on a S24 Plus, or on a nothing phone, although essentially it is. But you get the idea. I used to love those phones. I had a Samsung Galaxy Nexus that he said, and then there was an HTC Android One. There was another Android One. It was like the M4, HTC M4 with like Nexus software on there. I like HTC. I just haven't had one in years. They kind of got left behind, right? Don't know really why. I think it was mismanagement of the company. I used to love using their phones. But let's see what this one's all about, right? So is this one worth getting? So HTC teased this device for their launch tomorrow, June 12th. They expected to launch the U24 Pro. Let's see. HTC U24 Pro is expected to feature a 6.8-inch OLED display with a resolution 1080 by 2400. So it's basically 1080p plus. So it's not the basic standard HD 1080p. It's a little bit above it, but it's not 4K. It's not 2K. So it's right in between there. It's definitely going to be a nice, beautiful display, right? 120 hertz refresh rate. Snapdragon 7 Gen 3. Interesting that they went with the Snapdragon 7 Gen 3, which is current. It's on top of their mid-range CPUs, the 7 Gen 3. It's gonna have 12 gigs of RAM. It's gonna have 256 gigs of storage, IP67 rating. No way. Micro SD card for expansion. 3 rear cameras. The main is a 50 megapixel, a 5,000 milliamp per hour battery, Gorilla Glass Victus, a side-mounted fingerprint scanner, and Android 14. So, all those stats, all those specs add up to a pretty solid device. I was not expecting to see 12 gigs of RAM. I honestly was not expecting to see 256 gigs of storage. I definitely was not expecting the micro SD card expansion. What the hell? That's a blast from the past. But they're also putting the latest and greatest. I take that back. It's not the latest and greatest. Gorilla Glass Armor is the latest and greatest on S24 Ultra models, but it does have Gorilla Glass Victus, which is on S24 Plus, S24 basic flagships. I shouldn't say basic. I meant basically flagships that came out in this past year. Android devices have Gorilla Glass Victus minus the S24 Ultra, which has got the Gorilla Glass Armor. Speaking of, anybody out there that has the S24, I have not had a screen protector on my S24 Ultra since the day I got it, and there's not one scratch on this display. So this Gorilla Glass Armor is holding up awesome. It does get a little fingerprinty. It is great out in the sun, but I don't have one scratch on it, and I could never. If I've had a phone for 4 months with no screen protector, it definitely has a scratch on it. I've never been able to say 4 months in, no scratches. I noticed that yesterday, just out of the blue. It's pretty amazing. No need for screen protector, at least on this S24 Ultra. Now, don't take my word for it, right? You can still crack your screen if you drop it, but pretty remarkable. Now, I think we're finally getting to the point where moving forward, we're not going to have to use screen protectors. I know it does give you some insurance or assurance, depending on how you want to look at it, for protection of your device and or your screen. But I'm going full naked. Yesterday I used my phone with no case the whole day. I'm not going to do that too often, but pretty remarkable, right? So pricing for this device. I wonder if this is going to be sold in the US. I don't think I wrote this down in here, did I? Pricing for this device is set at 450 euros. So what does 450 euros come out? Funny enough, this device will sell a few units, yeah, because there are some HTC lovers like myself in the US. If it launches for anywhere from 400 to 450, these specs would certainly be worth a look. And now that it does have curved glass, which, hey, I actually enjoy these OnePlus devices with curved glass. I kind of forgot how nice it is and easy it is to use the phone. We have all these flat displays here, and it's actually harder to use and or touch input the whole 100% of the screen. If I have a flat display and a curved display, same size, same dimensions, I'm basically missing out on about 10% of my touch radius with a flat display over a curved display. When it's curved, it sits in your hand a little easier. It makes it a little easier for you to reach over with your thumb and make those touches on the display. Color option should be cool. Very, very nice. What was I going to look up? 450 euros equals how many US dollars? Damn. 450 euros equals $478 US dollars. I think for them to be successful and to sell, because they are up against stiff competition. I think they absolutely have to keep this at and around the $400 range, preferably closer to $450. I wouldn't pay over $500 for this phone. I just wouldn't. It has nice specs, but remember, it still has the Snapdragon 7 Gen 3, which is not too shabby. It's not too shabby. You should be able to do most of what you need it to do, although it's not going to be real big on gaming. But again, I don't game, so it's not a big deal to me. Should be fine, actually. So I'm interested to see what this looks like. Tomorrow's live stream, I'm going to cover the launch of this device. Again, see where it can be purchased. Will it be available for residents in the US? Will it not? And what is the price for US consumers? And I don't know if they're going to sell this in the carrier. I doubt it. Maybe Best Buy. If it's going to be sold in the US, probably Amazon, probably Best Buy, probably HTC website. I doubt it'll get into the carrier. So you're going to have to shell out unless you get financing through Best Buy or Amazon. But very interesting. So HTC lovers out there, looks like we might have a decent device on hand. Again, all the specs look pretty damn good. Now, the display was not the best, and the Snapdragon 7 Gen 3, not the best, but definitely suitable. Definitely doable, right? You put this in your hand, you start using it, I think you're gonna like it. That's what it comes down to, right? That's all. That's what it comes down to. Now, big day. I just checked my Pixel, no update. Android 14 QPR3 is out now. So Android 14 beta QPR3, the June security patch and June quarterly update is available today. Google's launched Android 14 beta, Android Android 14 beta QPR3 today, alongside the Pixel feature drop for June 2024. And there are a lot of features that I got down here for you and a lot of bug fixes, right? So this also ups the security level, the security patch to June 2024 inside your Pixel. And let's look at some of the additions it's going to bring to the table. A lot. Now, let me check mine again. I don't believe I got it. Give me 1 second. I can't wait for the Pixel 9 series to come out. I can't wait for the Pixel 10 series to come out. Hey Daniel, are you still there? Do you have an iPhone by chance, or you're just strictly Android? No update yet. Okay, so let's look at what the update brings, right? So battery and charging. There is a fix for stability and or performance improvements in certain conditions. Daniel says not this year. I usually switch between two platforms every 2 years or so. Interesting. I didn't know that. You've seen iOS 18. I meant to cover that more, and I think I'm going to do that tomorrow. I just briefly covered it yesterday. I'm actually really impressed, and y'all know how much I troll Apple and dislike Apple. But I was watching the developer conference yesterday, and I was like, I might be able to use an iPhone, but I'm not going to jump. I'm not going to dive off the deep end and go out and get one. But I think they planted the seed in my brain. Might be possible now. We're going to wait and see. I definitely want the 17 Slim, iPhone Slim, and definitely will want an iPhone Flip. So I do think iPhone is in the future for me. But at the moment, that's not what this is about. But tune in tomorrow. We're going to not only keep you up to date with this new HTC device that's going to be launched tomorrow, but I'm going to dive into iOS 18 some more because they actually have some really cool features. And they did steal some from Android. So maybe the 16 Pro Max this year to check it out. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. And then just trade it in for the 17 Slim when that's ready to come out, because that's gonna blow people's minds. And I love thin devices, so I think I might do that as well. Get a 16 Pro Max. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that because I need it for the channel too. Android's great, love Android. We'll use it for the rest of my life, but I am missing out on some viewership with iPhone stuff. But I'm not going to be covering a lot of it, but it is nice to have one to do comparison videos and stuff like that. So getting back to Pixel, battery and charging. So fix for stability and performance improvements in certain conditions, right? That's operating system, smooth operating system. Fix for issues causing device to crash or not to charge in certain conditions. That would help to fix that. Bluetooth, general improvements in stability or performance for Bluetooth LE audio. You turn that down. Camera, fix for camera stability issues when taking astrophotography under certain conditions. Fix for camera stability issues when switching between different zooms in certain conditions. General improvements for camera stability under certain conditions. Here's what I'm gonna test as soon as I get this update. When you zoom, when you're in the camera app, and you're either in a video and or camera, it clicks. What the operating system, the camera app, when it switches, when you go past 5x in the camera app, when it switches sensors, it actually glitches for a split second. It's been that way on every Pixel I can think of. I don't want to say every Pixel I've ever owned because I just noticed it a couple years ago. But it glitches for a split second past 5x, and when you're zooming in, I want to see. I've had my eye on that little glitch, on that little hiccup for years. Every freaking update, not every update, but every big update that comes out, I'm always checking to see if they fix that. And when they always ask me my opinions, Google does every couple times a year on the Pixel lineup, I always tell them, please fix that glitch. I never have. But we'll check it out here once I get this update. let's see. General improvements, camera stability, display and graphics. General improvements for display stability, right? Framework. General improvements for system stability during device setup. I never had an issue there. System general improvements for system stability. Okay, so it seems like a lot of framework, a lot of user intensive bug fixes. Now, I haven't had many bugs on mine, but they can always tweak it a little better, right, each time. Because these OnePlus phones are blazing fast. And if we can get Pixel anywhere near a OnePlus phone, Lord, that's a big plus for Google. I love these. I love this OnePlus phone, man. I've been enjoying it. I left it at my parents' house this weekend, so I'm literally, when this is done, I'm gonna send Daniel his e-gift card. But I'm gonna go drive and pick up my OnePlus phones. I left them at my parents' house this weekend, or at the memorial thing. So I miss it already. Okay, telephone. General improvements for network connection stability and performance in certain conditions. User interface. Fix for issue with navigation bars showing up incorrectly in certain conditions. Fix for issue with transition between home screen and lock screen. I had a couple of hiccups there. Now again, guys, I'm running the beta software. If you're on the stable build, generally shouldn't have that many issues. Beta software tends to have one or two hiccups here or there, right? And also under user interface, last thing, general improvements for performance and stability in certain UI transitions and animations. And also transitions, okay, home screen and lock screen, I just said that. So if you're already on QPR3 Beta 2.2, you'll see an OTA notification soon, right? They roll this out over the next couple of days. If you don't see it, I have two little tricks for you. I have a link down here at the very last, check this out. I took that banner off. You see down here in Google QPR form at the very bottom, it's like grayed out right there. That's a link that'll go to that will go to the beta program where you can sign up, download it, and get going. Now, if you have not got the update, wait a couple days. A couple days pass, you still haven't got it, or you just can't wait. You can flash it. Go here. Go to the Android flash tool in the menu right here, and you can flash it yourself. You can flash the update yourself. I have a video description of how to do it. And then I also have directions, instructions on how to do it with the official Android flash tool, all right here in the eSIMstudios.app site for y'all. Now, to the two little tricks I was talking about is go to the device needs to connect to the server to check if there's an update. Sometimes if your device has been on for a long time, it's stuck in that connection with that server. So you can either reboot your phone. These two instances have worked for me in the past. Simply turn on reboot. But I told somebody reboot one time, and they literally turned their screen off and turned their screen back on. And I was like, no, that's not a reboot. That's turning your screen off. So physically turn your phone off and or reboot it in the power menu options, and wait till it comes back on. What that'll do, it'll disconnect from the servers, and then go back in your settings and recheck to see if there's an update. I've had that work for me in the past where I reboot it, I check it again, boom, it works. Or disconnect from the networks. So turn Wi-Fi off, turn data off, and then wait a few minutes, wait 30 seconds, turn all your networks back on, and then try to check for another update. That's worked for me in the past as well. Again, it's just reestablishing that connection, and it'll just catch on randomly. So you have those two options to do, or you can flash it. It's really easy. If you've never flashed anything before, it seems a little intimidating. I used to be a flashaholic, so I can do it with my eyes closed, literally. I tried it once. Well, I had to peek to make sure I didn't wipe my phone, but anyways, it's very easy. I have all the instructions here if you want to try it, attempt it. But Don't blame me if you jack your phone up. But good thing about Pixel, even if you brick your phone, you can unbrick it. It's really easy. So anyways, I think that'll be it. Let me see here. Do I have any iPhone news? I gotta get out of here and go grab my OnePlus devices. Okay, here's something cool. So again, I didn't touch too much on WWDC, but look at this. So here, this is another cool feature iOS 18 is going to have. iOS 18 will soon let you set your own charging limit on all members of your family. Whoa, that is cool. Set your charging limits from 80 to 100%. So if you have a child and they're like, no, you're like, hey, let me see your phone real quick. I need to change something in settings. No, you can't have my phone. You know, sometimes you're like, I just need it for like 5 seconds and they won't give it to you. Well, now you can set their charging limits from your own phone, right? I had that happen to me. You know, still happens to me. But anyways, here's a little thing too I try to do for everybody viewing our mobile app. I try to write an AI summary, right? So I try to summarize the whole article in just a few sentences for everybody. So if you're in a hurry and you don't want to read the whole article that I wrote, I don't know, my feelings are not hurt. So on majority of my stuff, you'll see a summary here, right? So I just run it through an AI scanner. It summarizes my own writing. And then I put the 3 sentences here. It basically sums it up. But if you want more detail, obviously you can read it. But iOS 18 will let iPhone 15 users, interesting, only the 15 series, choose their battery charging limit range and set it between 80 and 100%. This should help increase the longevity of the iPhone battery. This feature does not support older iPhones. I repeat, this does not support older iPhones. Yesterday, Apple revealed this during the WWDC 24 keynote. There's a lot of stuff that I skipped over on yesterday's podcast, and I'm going to circle back around tomorrow. And I might, if there's not much Android news going on, we'll double check that HTC phone. But I want to do a deep dive into iOS 18 because, like I said, I'm strongly considering getting an iPhone. You know what? These case companies keep on reaching out to me. I've had to tell so many, and y'all know I love to do case reviews. All these case companies want iPhone case reviews. Now, I have iPhones here, but I never use them. Actually, you know what? I guess I could put beta on these. I totally forgot I had them. They're just stuffed in my little... Might do that. Okay, so I might do that. Anyways, let's get back to it. So, it says the iPhone 15 series limited battery charge to 80% to reduce wear and improve battery life. If you hang on to your devices for more than a year or two, you might want to look into doing this. If you're like me and you upgrade at the most, I'm hanging on to a phone for a year. I wouldn't worry about it. You can if you want. I don't worry about this stuff. But I know a lot of people that hang on to their devices a lot longer than I do. I would actually encourage you to look into doing this. You can also do it on Samsung phones now. Samsung's Galaxies have had this feature for a while. So if you plan on keeping your phone for a while, I would definitely look into doing this. Setting the charging limits. It just prolongs the life of your battery, right? And keeps that battery health up in the 90s for as long as possible. iOS 18 gives you more options with a sliding scale that lets you choose a charge limit between 80 and 100% before your iPhone automatically stops charging. Pretty self-explanatory. If you wanted to stop charging at 80%, well, it'll go from 4% up to 80. And when it hits 80, it'll stop charging. Or if you wanted to go to 100%, you can, right? But it helps prolong the life, right? It keeps the battery life cycle down and helps you have battery health as you go on. So here's a quick screenshot. Here's what it looks like. It's pretty basic, but that is it. I'm excited because they're going to switch up the settings menu. The settings menu drives me crazy. There's a number. I might get into it tomorrow. What really bothers me about iPhone. But I heard they're going to switch up the settings menu. A bunch more customization now that they've rightfully or not rightfully stole from Android. But we'll get in tomorrow. I gotta get out of here. And I do appreciate the time. I apologize for the interruptions and the phone calls, but it was emergency, so I had to take it. But I'm gonna go pick up my OnePlus phones, and I will see y'all tomorrow. So we'll talk HTC, we'll talk iOS 18, and any other Android news or tech news that pops up. Did I have a deal? Hold on, I had one more article I added, but I can't remember what it was. Oh yes, real quick before we get out of here. So I found this Copilot. You know Copilot Plus, those new Snapdragon 8. I got the biggest brain for it. Anyways, the new Snapdragon CPUs for these laptops. Copilot Plus, right? Big high performance. Well, they take a screenshot of what you're doing every like 3 seconds. Now they're supposed to save it locally, but I mean, come on now. Well, they're already, even if you don't have a Copilot Plus device, they're still kind of spying on you, just collecting your data. But I found a way to disable it, and I have it here on our eSIMstudios.app site, right? So if you're worried about privacy, if you're worried about your data being collected, find this article and turn it off in your settings if you have a Windows 11 device. It's very easy, only takes a second, but I strongly encourage you to turn this off. You don't have to, but I encourage you to, right? So that will do it. I knew I was forgetting something. That'll do it, guys. I gotta run. Daniel, I'll shoot you the e-gift card here in just a second, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Same time, same place. Peace out.